She laughed. "You will regret not choosing me." When I picked her sister, I said, "We'll see." When she got arrested for stalking us and lost her nursing license, the only regret was not choosing sooner. I, 29 male, met Isabel, 27, and her sister Veronica, 30, at a mutual friend's housewarming party about 18 months ago. They were both cool, funny, attractive. Veronica was the louder one, life of the party type, always had a story, commanded the room. Isabel was quieter, but had this sharp wit that would catch you off guard. We all exchanged numbers that night as part of the larger friend group. Nothing romantic, just expanding social circles. Over the next few months, we'd all hang out at various gatherings. Both sisters showed interest in me, which honestly was flattering, but also awkward as hell. Veronica was very direct about it. She'd text me constantly, show up at places she knew I'd be, always tried to separate me from the group at parties. She worked as an ICU nurse and would send me selfies in her scrubs talking about how she saved lives today and asking what I did that was so important. Weird flex, but okay. Isabel was different. We'd have actual conversations. She remembered stuff I mentioned weeks before. She was finishing her master's in library science while working at a bookstore. We bonded over obscure sci-fi novels and had the same taste in coffee. Very specific. Oat milk cortado, no sugar. Here's where I probably screwed up. I didn't shut down Veronica's advances immediately. I kept things friendly but distant, thinking she'd get the hint. She did not get the hint. About 6 months after we met, Isabel and I were clearly getting closer. We hadn't defined anything, but were basically dating without the label. Veronica must have noticed because she ramped up her efforts, started showing up at my gym. Accidentally ran into me at the grocery store 3 times in 1 week, tagged me in Instagram posts about future couples goals. The breaking point came at their dad's 60th birthday party. Both sisters invited me, separately, which should have been a red flag. I went because I genuinely liked their family and wanted to be there for Isabel. Halfway through the party, Veronica cornered me in the kitchen. "So when are you going to stop playing games?" she asked. "What games?" "This thing with Izzy. We both know you're just using her to make me jealous." "Veronica, that's not what's happening. Please, she's boring. You need someone with passion, ambition, someone who can match your energy." "I think Isabel matches my energy perfectly." Her face changed, like a switch flipped. "You're making a mistake." "I don't think I am." "You will regret not choosing me." She actually laughed while saying it, but not in a funny way, in a way that made my skin crawl. I said, "We'll see." Looking back, I should have seen that as the threat it was. That night, I made it official with Isabel, told her I wanted to be exclusive, that I was crazy about her, the whole thing. She said yes. We decided to tell Veronica together as a united front. That conversation did not go well. We sat her down the next day at a coffee shop, public place, good call on Isabel's part. "We wanted you to hear it from us," Isabel started. "Nolan and I are together." Veronica stared at me. "Is this a joke?" "No, it's not," I said. "You're seriously choosing her over me?" "It's not about choosing one over the other." "Yes, it is." She slammed her hand on the table. People looked. "It's exactly that, and you're picking wrong." "Veronica, please." Isabel tried. "Shut up, Izzy. This is between me and him." She turned back to me. "I'm giving you one chance to fix this." "There's nothing to fix. I'm with Isabel." She stood up slowly, smiled. Not a nice smile. "Your loss, but you'll see. She can't give you what I can, and when you realize that, when you come crawling back, I won't be waiting." She left. Isabel and I sat there stunned. "That went better than I expected," Isabel said quietly. Oh, how wrong we were. The first few weeks were just petty stuff. Veronica would like every single photo on my Instagram, except ones with Isabel. She'd text me random medical facts at 3 a.m. "Did you know the human heart can continue beating outside the body for several minutes? Interesting, right?" Creepy? Yes. Illegal? No. Then it escalated. She started showing up places. Not just my usual spots, places she'd have to know my schedule to find me. The small coffee shop where I worked, I'm a software developer for a small startup. The hiking trail I do Sunday mornings. My barber shop. "Oh, hey, funny running into you here," she'd say. Every single time. Isabel tried talking to her. Their parents tried talking to her. Veronica insisted she was just living her life, and we were being paranoid. Then came the gifts. Flowers delivered to my office with notes like, for what could have been. A watch, expensive, engraved with time will tell, V. A framed photo of her in lingerie sent to my apartment. I documented everything. Kept the notes, took photos, saved texts. My gut told me I'd need it. The breaking point came 3 months into my relationship with Isabel. We went away for a weekend to a cabin about 2 hours north. Told no one where we were going except Isabel's parents in case of emergency. Guess who showed up Saturday morning? Veronica, in full hiking gear. What a coincidence. I love this trail. There were no trails. It was a private cabin on private property. How did you know we were here? Isabel demanded. I didn't. Just lucky, I guess. Veronica, you need to leave. Now, I said. It's a free country. It's private property. Leave or I'm calling the police. She laughed, that same creepy laugh from her dad's party. You'd call the cops on me? Your future sister-in-law? You're not my anything. Go, now. She left, but not before keying my car. I caught it on the cabin's security camera. Filed a police report that day. That was just the beginning. Update 1. So it got worse. Way worse. After the cabin incident, I filed for a restraining order. The judge granted a temporary one based on the documentation I'd been keeping. Veronica was served at work, which apparently didn't go over well with her supervisors. But here's the thing about restraining orders. They only work if the person follows them. Veronica did not follow it. First, she started using burner phones to text me. Different number every few days. Messages range from apologetic, I just want to talk, to threatening. Isabel won't always be around to protect you, to completely unhinged. Photos of medical equipment with captions like, I know how to use these in ways you can't imagine. I reported each one. Police said unless she made a direct threat, there wasn't much they could do. Then she got creative. She couldn't come near me, but the order didn't cover my coworkers. She started showing up at my office building, chatting with the security guard, the receptionist, even my boss when he'd go out for lunch. Just friendly conversation. Mentioned how she was my girlfriend's sister and was worried about him. She told my boss I had a drinking problem. Told the security guard I was abusing Isabel. Told the receptionist I had a gambling addiction that was spiraling out of control. All lies, obviously. But now I had to have awkward conversations with my employer about my personal life. My boss was cool about it once I explained, but it was humiliating. Then came the packages. Dead flowers to my office. A box of crickets. Yes, live crickets. To my apartment. A sympathy arrangement to my parents' house with a card that said, sorry for your loss. He could have had so much more. Each one ordered from different services, paid with prepaid cards. No way to prove it was her. Isabel was going through her own hell. Veronica was still her sister, still showing up to family dinners, still playing the victim. Their parents were torn. They wanted to support Isabel, but couldn't just ban their other daughter from family functions. The messages to me got more specific. I saw you at Kroger today. Red shirt looked good on you. Your code review meeting ran late again. You should manage your time better. Isabel leaves for class at 8:15, lot of time alone in the mornings. She was watching us, constantly. I upgraded my home security. Cameras everywhere, changed my routes to work, varied my schedule, but she always seemed to know where we were. The breakthrough came from an unexpected source. Veronica's coworker, Jasmine. Jasmine reached out to Isabel on Facebook, said she needed to talk to us urgently about Veronica. We met at a restaurant across town. Jasmine looked nervous as hell. I could lose my job for this, she started, but I can't stay quiet anymore. Turns out, Veronica had been using her access to the hospital system inappropriately. She'd looked up my medical records, Isabel's records, even my parents' records. HIPAA violation, major federal offense. But that wasn't all. She's been taking things from work, Jasmine said. Medications, syringes. I don't know what for, but she's been stockpiling. My blood ran cold. Isabel grabbed my hand. Why didn't you report it? I asked. I tried. She's buddy-buddy with our supervisor. They go out drinking together. My word against hers, and she's been there longer. Do you have proof? Jasmine pulled out her phone. I started recording our conversations after she mentioned you guys. She doesn't know. The recordings were damning. Veronica talking about accessing our medical records. Bragging about following us. mentioning the supplies she was taking home just in case I need them for something special. We went straight to the police. With Jasmine's evidence, they finally took it seriously. Detective Morrison was assigned to our case. This is stalking, harassment, HIPAA violations, and theft of controlled substances, she said. We can work with this. They set up surveillance on Veronica. Didn't take long to catch her in the act. Following me to a client meeting, violating the restraining order, she was arrested at work, in front of her colleagues, in the middle of the ICU. But even that wasn't the end. She made bail. Of course she did. Her parents put up their house as collateral. The night she got out, I woke up to 73 missed calls, all from different numbers. I didn't answer any of them. Then I smelled it. Gas. Someone had poured gasoline all over my front porch. Didn't light it, just poured it. A message. I called 911 immediately. Cops came, took samples, checked security footage. Figure in black, face covered, but same height and build as Veronica. That's when I knew this wouldn't stop until something drastic happened. I was right. Update 2. The gasoline incident was Veronica's biggest mistake. It bumped everything up to attempted arson, which is a federal offense when combined with stalking across state lines. She'd followed us to a wedding in the neighboring state. Yeah, she went that far. FBI got involved. Turns out they take stalking cases pretty seriously when there's escalation to potential violence. Detective Morrison worked with the FBI task force. They got warrants for everything: her apartment, her car, her electronic devices. What they found was extensive photos. Hundreds of photos of me, Isabel, my family, my coworkers, detailed schedules of our movements, notes about our habits, preferences, vulnerabilities. She had a whole journal dedicated to proving why I should be with her instead of Isabel. Some highlights from the journal, read in court later. He orders the same coffee as me now, obviously thinking of me. Wore blue today, my favorite color, sign he wants me back. I could make him so much happier than boring Izzy. If something happened to her, he'd need comfort, I'd be there. That last one especially concerned prosecutors. They also found the medical supplies, enough sedatives to knock out a horse, syringes, surgical tools, all stolen from the hospital. Her laptop had search histories that made everyone uncomfortable. How to make someone love you? Is it illegal to GPS track someone? Sodium pentothal purchase? How to frame someone for abuse? Accidental insulin overdose symptoms. Yeah, it was heading somewhere dark. Veronica was arrested again. This time, no bail. Flight risk and danger to others. Her nursing license was immediately suspended, pending investigation. The hospital fired her the same day. Turns out they'd been building a case about the missing medications, but didn't have enough proof until the FBI raid. The trial was set for 6 months out. In the meantime, more stuff came to light. Remember Jasmine, the coworker? She wasn't the only one who'd noticed things. 3 other nurses came forward with stories about Veronica's concerning behavior. Talking obsessively about me during shifts, asking colleagues to cover for her so she could leave early, to follow us. Inappropriate comments about what she'd do if Isabel wasn't in the picture. Bragging about knowing exactly what medications could cause an accidental overdose. The nursing board didn't wait for the criminal trial. They held their own hearing. I had to testify. So did Isabel, Jasmine, the other nurses, even some patients who'd complained about Veronica being distracted or making inappropriate comments. One patient testified that Veronica had told her, while adjusting her IV, that some people don't deserve the love they get, and that accidents happen in hospitals all the time. The board revoked her license permanently. No chance of reinstatement, ever. Veronica lost it in the hearing room, screaming about how we'd ruined her life, how she dedicated everything to helping people, and we'd destroyed her. You destroyed yourself, the board chair said. Your actions show a complete disregard for professional boundaries and patient safety. You're a danger to the public. As they escorted her out, she looked right at me. No more fake smiles, just pure hatred. This isn't over, she mouthed, but it was, at least legally. The criminal trial was almost anticlimactic. Her lawyer tried to paint her as lovesick and misguided, but the evidence was overwhelming. Stalking across state lines, violating restraining order, multiple counts, theft of controlled substances, HIPAA violations, 17 counts. She'd looked up everyone even remotely connected to me. attempted arson, criminal harassment. She was found guilty on all counts. Sentenced to 5 years federal prison, mandatory psychiatric treatment, and lifetime ban from contacting me, Isabel, or any of our families. Her parents finally saw who she really was during the trial. Her mom broke down crying when they showed the journal entries about eliminating obstacles. Her dad couldn't even look at her. The day she was sentenced, she gave one last statement: "I loved him. Everything I did was out of love. Isabel manipulated him against me. This is her fault, not mine. When I get out, the truth will come out." The judge added 2 more years for the threat, so now she's serving 7 years in federal prison. She'll be 37 when she gets out. No nursing career, no relationship with her family. They've essentially disowned her. Felony record that will follow her forever. All because she couldn't accept no. Final update. It's been a year since Veronica was sentenced. Figured I'd give one last update for closure. Isabel and I are doing well. Really well, actually. We went to therapy, separately and together, to deal with everything. It brought us closer in weird ways. Nothing like shared trauma to test a relationship. We moved to a new apartment. Didn't tell anyone in her family the address for the first 6 months, just to be safe. Her parents understood. They're still processing their own guilt about not seeing how disturbed Veronica was earlier. Speaking of her parents, they sold their house. Partly because they'd used it for bail money they never got back. Partly because they couldn't stand the memories. They moved 2 states away for a fresh start. We see them every few months. It's still awkward, but getting better. Isabel finished her master's and got a job at the university library. She's actually working on a research project about stalking and institutional failures in protecting victims. Turns out our experience wasn't unique. Lots of healthcare workers abuse their access to information. She's pushing for better safeguards. I left the startup for a remote position with a bigger company. Better pay, no office for anyone to show up at. Plus, after everything, I developed a bit of an anxiety issue about going to the same place every day. Working from home helps. We got engaged last month. Small proposal, just us at home. Some people thought we should wait longer, but when you've been through what we have, you know what matters. The wedding will be tiny. 20 people max. Security will be there. Yeah, we're those people now. Veronica won't know it happened until after, if ever. As for Veronica, she's tried to contact us twice from prison through other inmates getting out. Both times were reported, and she lost privileges. Her lawyer reached out once about appealing, but that went nowhere. Jasmine, the coworker who helped us, stayed in touch. She got promoted to head nurse after everything settled. Turns out removing toxic people improves everyone's work environment. Who knew? The FBI detective Morrison checked in last month. Wanted to let us know Veronica had been denied early release consideration due to lack of remorse and continued fixation on victims. She won't be eligible again for 3 years. Sometimes I think about that night at the birthday party. How different things could have been if I'd just been clearer from the start. But Isabel reminds me that normal people don't escalate to stalking and threats when rejected. This was always in Veronica, waiting for a trigger. The strangest part? I still sometimes catch myself looking over my shoulder, checking if doors are locked twice, scanning crowds for her face even though I know she's locked up. Trauma's weird like that. But we're building a good life, a quiet life, a boring, beautifully normal life where the biggest drama is what to watch on Netflix. I titled this post with Veronica's threat and my response. "You'll regret not choosing me," she said. "We'll see," I replied. Well, we saw. The only thing I regret is not choosing Isabel sooner, not trusting my gut about Veronica earlier, not documenting things from day one. If you're reading this and someone in your life won't take no for an answer, document everything. Report everything. Don't wait for it to blow over. It won't. Trust your instincts. Choose peace. Choose the person who adds calm to your life, not chaos. And maybe avoid dating siblings. Just trust me on that one. That's all for me. Thanks for following this weird, awful journey. Hope you never need this kind of advice. Stay safe out there. Nolan.